Really quickly, Lisa, I think that's actually what a lot of Republicans are going to try to figure out today. When did the president figure all of this stuff out? And is he so disconnected from the IRS that he and his attorney general and anybody that matters found out that this rampant abuse was going on in one of their top offices when the rest of us did?
Well, certainly, Joe, the IRS commissioner will be asked that question today. Did he share this information? He has known for at least a year that this was going on and that this had happened. And did he share any of that information with the White House? But even more importantly, Congress is going to ask him, why did you mislead us for an entire year? Members of Congress were saying conservatives are being targeted. What's going on here? The IRS denied it. Then after these officials are briefed by the IG that this is going on, they don't disclose it. In fact, the commissioner sent a letter to Congress in September on the subject and did not reveal this. Imagine, if you can, what would have happened if this fact came out in September 2012 in the middle of a presidential election. The terrain would have looked very different. I think the other
very different. You know what we don't understand, Lisa, reading all of the maybe you can help us out here. Why is it that the president fired somebody who really was on the periphery at best of this scandal, if that's what you call it, when it broke, and the person who was in charge has actually been promoted to the most important political position in the IRS, which is because we had Newt Gingrich earlier this week saying if you can't trust the IRS to do basic things, how can we trust them to take care of your health care? Well, even Newt Gingrich and the other Republicans that were talking this line earlier in the week had no idea that the person of the IRS that conducted these political, some would say, witch hunts, is a person of the IRS that's going to be in the middle of this health care battle.
Well, you remove the commissioner because he's the guy at the top. He's the guy responsible. He's known, and he didn't tell anyone, allegedly. I don't think this woman is going to be, who's now in charge of implementing Obamacare, is going to stay in that job for very long, now that this has been revealed. But there is a broader question here. Even if you believe that this targeting was basically carried out by frontline employees in the Cincinnati office, and there's a lot of reason to believe it was much broader than that. But if you do, you look at the timeline in a series of middle managers working their way up the totem pole, learned that this had happened and was going on. Yet they see their agency deny it to Congress. No one came forward as a whistleblower. So many people knew this had happened, and no one had the integrity to come forward and correct the record. And so you have to worry about the entire culture, I think, and integrity of the IRS.
That's a great point.
Okay.